Hooray! What a beautiful spring day we finally have in this mid-May. I hope that spring is beautiful for you and that you are finding hope. I know that during pregnancy, sometimes it can be hard to feel hope because you feel so sick, you feel so different, and you feel so unlike yourself. Today, I want to give tips for the woman who is dealing with nausea. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, host of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life. And I can help you. Thanks for joining. Not too long ago, I felt sick. Now, I'm pretty sure it was from food poisoning, but nonetheless, it brought back a lot of memories because I felt nauseous. And I just felt gross. I felt sick. I wanted to barf. And it got really intense. And I know for some of you during pregnancy, nausea gets really intense. And it did for me, which is why I do this podcast, because of how hard it was, but how much the thought tools that I implemented can help. And so as I was feeling this wave of nausea, I was getting into the, oh my goodness, poor me, this is hard. Like, this is gross. Like, I was praying, God, please help me through this. This is tough. Like, especially when that wave of nausea got really intense. I just even started crying, like, man, this is hard and this is miserable, feeling so sick. And finally, at that point, I was like, what am I doing? Why don't I implement my own tools into this moment? And so I started by just slowing myself down. I had almost got so worked up over feeling so sick that I was a little bit almost like hyperventilating, crying. Like it was not fun. And I know what you're going through right now is not fun. So I encourage you to slow it down by just breathing. I don't want you to think about anything else except for slow breaths. That was the first thing that I did to stop me from feeling so uptight and like adding to my sickness through my thoughts. Like, this sucks. This is hard. I can't do this. Please. I want divine intervention. And so the first thing that you need to do is to breathe. So just take some deep breaths in. Slow. Deep breath out. Slow. And slow down. Slow down your mind. Slow down your breath. And slow down everything that is making you feel even more anxious about this nauseous moment, and just breathe. I know some points with nausea, relief can only come through throwing up. Let yourself do that if need be. Otherwise, if you feel you can work through it by breath, start breathing. Do you want to know the first thought that came to my mind when I was feeling so gross? The first positive thought that I wanted to cling on to was, I am strong. Try that thought on. Try thinking in your mind, I am strong. Again, I am strong. And choose to think that thought as you do some slow breaths in and out. If we could even just do 5 minutes of slow breathing and like concentrated slow breathing, or even a couple minutes, I think that will significantly help you to slow down this moment where the nausea wants to overtake not just your body, but your mind. But you still have control of your mind. Even when you're going through a really tough nausea wave, you still have control of the thoughts that you think. Oftentimes it takes a few moments for us to remember, oh yeah, I can choose to think different, just like it did for me. But you can do this. You can think a different thought. Nausea does kind of come and go in waves. And next time you hit a wave, I want you to first breathe. Just concentrate on breathing slowly. Close your eyes. I did find that closing my eyes helped. Sometimes if I'm looking around, I just feel I see all the mess and grossness that makes me want to vomit even more. But if I just close my eyes and focus on my breath, it allows me to really slow down and choose my thoughts more intentionally. Sometimes if I'm going crazy in breath and in thoughts, it's really hard to change because I'm so wrapped up in this high-speed pattern. But if I slow it down, it gets easier to notice that, oh yeah, I get to choose, and I can choose because I have the gift of agency that I can choose to think different. You can choose to think different, Mama. I know that this nausea season is so hard. Even that little food poisoning episode brought back a lot of memories of how difficult that season can be. But you have the power to control your mind and to help your mental health during this season of pregnancy, which can be very difficult. So I'm going to summarize the couple of tips that I gave you. And the first tip was to breathe. Slow breaths. Even just count to 4 in and then count to 4 out. And then after you've slowed your breathing, shift your thoughts. Go to that automatic first thought. For me, it was, I am strong. What is the first thought that you want to be? The positive thought that you want to cling on to. Is it the same as mine? Or is it different? And breathe with that thought. I am strong. I am strong. In and out slowly. And know that you have the power to change and choose your thoughts, even when this nausea is so hard. If you need help, and if you struggle to do this on your own, I have a mini course called the Positive Pregnancy Program, where I encourage positive thoughts, positivity through short videos. They're 2 to 6 minutes long, and they just encourage you to redirect your mind. One thing about being pregnant is, for me, when I was sick, I could not get up off my couch and I could not get up off the bed very often. So I just had to lay there. But laying there kind of gets you stuck. If you're not careful, it can get stuck in these negative mental patterns like, poor me, this is so hard, this sucks. Why does pregnancy have to be so difficult? That's why these videos you can do on your couch or on your bed without having to move around, write things down, or do anything. You just let your mind work through them and work with them. If you are interested in that, it is the top link in the show notes. It is a little investment, but that investment is going to help your pregnancy. It will help your mental health and your mind during pregnancy if you intentionally allow it to, through sincerely trying and doing the exercises. I am cheering for you, Mama. I am cheering for you during this nausea phase because I know that phase is so hard. That season is actually why I did the Positive Pregnancy Program and is why I even have this podcast that focuses on positivity in pregnancy, because it was so hard, but because these mental tools help. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing this podcast and for giving it a rating and review on iTunes. That is how other pregnant women find it, is through you giving it a rating and review. There's something called algorithms, which is annoying sometimes, but giving it a rating and review does help those algorithms work in our favor to help find these other pregnant women who need more positivity. You are amazing. Keep it up. And remember, you are strong and you can do hard things. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, for listening, for sharing, And most of all, for applying these tools into your own life to improve your own happiness so that you can find your own better thoughts for a better you in a positive pregnancy, in losing that stubborn baby weight, and becoming the mom you desire to be through taking small steps in thought and action to reach your goals. If you are a mother who has an inner desire to enjoy motherhood and pregnancy better, but you are having difficulty figuring it out, I can help you. I can help you find the small, doable steps without drastic changes to your everyday mom life. Reach out, let's connect, and let's see you move forward. My name is Jocelyn, and I thank you for listening. Until next time.